Okay, this is a video on the Byrna SD CO2 projectile launcher. Okay, felon approved. Even if you don't have a violent background, even if you do, I'm sorry, have a violent background, except for in California, Hawaii, and can't remember. Oh, New York, cannot have these. Cannot protect yourself. I'm 55 years old. Never ever had a violent charge in my life. Had some drug charges. I grew marijuana, so I cannot. I'm a felon. Cannot have a firearm, which is ridiculous. If I was in a department store or in a liquor store or a bank and your relative was being assaulted in the back room and I had this, I would try and use this to save them. Wouldn't you want me in there to save your relative, loved one? That's why we need everybody in society who is not violent to be able to protect themselves and maybe others. That's just my own personal thought. I would never use this for crime or anything like that. Like I've never been a, armed robber or anything like that. Anyway, so when you put these hellfire rounds into your magazine or your clip, whatever you want to call it, if you don't put them in flat like this, you see that white line? They come apart. And I'll tell you what, they come apart pretty easy. So if you just go put these in your cartridge, just willy-nilly, and they're like this, with the pressure of the spring, it's going to pop. And then when you go to shoot this and use it to save yourself from getting beat up by 2 or 3 thugs when you're an older man and you're not wanting to fight anymore, it's not going to work for you. So now I've seen two other videos. The best that I've been able to come up with was shorten the spring so there's not so much pressure. I mean, yeah, okay, but another one said just put 4 in there instead of 5 so there's not so much pressure. I agree on that one. I agree. Now, but I think to put 4 hellfire rounds in there. If somebody's violated your space and they're needing to get blessed with a pepper ball, you know what I'm saying? Or get blessed with anything. I don't want to shoot at them and make them mad with these homewreckers that will break glass. Reminds me of an ex-girlfriend. That's going to break glass and probably make this 210-pound muscle-bound man mad that we're in an enclosed space and I cannot get away from him. I'm going to want to pop him with something that when it hits him in the chest and it explodes, he can't see, he can't breathe, can't think, he wants water, his snotty nose, he's coughing, he's hacking, he's no longer worried about hurting me. That's what I want. So, there's this little divot that nobody's ever talked about before. So, and there's these little holes that you can look and make sure that your projectile stays where it needs to. Now, I keep hellfire in all of my clips, so I just keep it black. It's an OCD thing. But anyway, so if you put this in, and by the way, I only have 2 of these doing target practice today. So, now they do have these for target practice, which are pretty cool. The eco rounds, they bust, they wash away in the rain or with the water hose. They do have these ones right here. They are better than homewreckers, believe it or not. But then here's a couple homewreckers too. So, as long as you put this bad boy in there straight, your thing is straight, and you put another one in with care. Now you gotta watch this little thing right here. If you are trying to put in another clip after you already use one and you accidentally hit this on your gun, all your things are gonna come flying out. So then you press this down, try and keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? Now let's check the next one. Let's see what happened to that one. Well, it's still in there pretty straight. Okay, now what we're going to do is pop in one of these just to push the other ones down. See where they're at. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. We're good. See, as long as you keep them in there straight, when you load them, and you make sure that they're in there and you don't bang your gun, and you keep it in the case, that's all you got to do there. There's the other line right there. That's it. It's just as long as you keep them without banging your thing. And you don't have to load the whole clip, okay? You don't have to put 5 in there. If you got hellfire rounds. Another guy said to put 1 in there and then load your hellfire rounds and then slide the clip in, so then there's less pressure, which I mean, I guess it makes sense, but for me, I just feel like, I mean, you could use this right here to straighten them out too, just to make sure that that line is straight in here. And then when you go to load your little doo-wobby wobby, you know what I'm saying? You'll be good to go, you know? And you won't have to have a misfire and have hellfire powder come shooting all over you, which would not be good, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I hope the video helps.